kind of confesses to me how she had an affair with her ex about like a week ago.
Was it the old boyfriend that...
Hey guys, and welcome to Little Black Book. You know what time it is. Hey, if you're new to the channel, make sure you like, share, subscribe, click on that bell button for notification of the whoop whoop uploads, baby. And for those of you who are returnees and you already know what the drill is, you ain't got to minerals, you ain't got to minerals. Sometimes you gotta you gotta click it, you understand? Yeah? Don't know. Listen, alright, listen, we're talking to you guys about Married at First Sight. We're gonna break down the Derek and the Katie situation. Oh my days, it's mad, isn't it? Is it not mad, this whole situation? I am taken aback and I'm aghast at this moment. I'm a little bit disgruntled. Obviously, because I called this and I knew that Kate was going to move mad, and then obviously to see her move mad gets me mad that she moved mad. Do you understand? Now, let's break it down. First thing, obviously, do you know what I noticed? Obviously, I always try to take, body language. So obviously, when I saw them coming in, first thing I noticed, obviously, the proximity, the gap, yeah? Derek was trailing behind her, yeah? And it's when they sat down, I saw that he had a little bit of a lean and bop, lean and bop. He slightly leaned to the side of the chair, and he was just leaning slightly away from it. And I said, oh, that don't look too good, man. That don't look too good. And then obviously, we first get introduced into the situation of the fact that, during the course of their marriage, Derek had to go into, his schoolwork, and, he had to spend a lot of time doing late stuff, right? And,
felt as though the cameras were gone and he very much went back to his life from before this happened. He was out until 11, sometimes midnight.
But that can put a lot of strain on any relationship, yeah? Let's be honest. Any relationship, even if it's good, if there's a lot of late hours being put into there, where there's little or no invested time into your partner on a physical nature, there will be stress, there will be problems, there will be grievances, and that's normal. And those things can be worked out. It requires a more consciousness of mind and a more consciousness of time. That, hey, look, do you know what? I'm going to dedicate my time to you. So I can understand Katie's gripe there. But what I heard from her tone of voice was, I feel like I'm fighting your work versus you. It's almost like she's going back to the dreams versus her again. Yeah? She's struggling for significance. I'm not again saying that she isn't right for the fact that there's not enough time. Hey ho, we're not saying that. What I'm saying is that there was an extra behind what she was saying, as in like almost she feels like she's fighting the dream of Derek again versus her. It's like, who's gonna win? His dreams or me? And it's again almost like, I felt like there was almost an ultimatum. But good on Derek, he made sure that he said obviously that
I need to win her over. I tried to set like a schedule, like, all right, every Thursday night I'm gonna come home and cook for us. Tried watching our own TV show together. I found out what her favorite sheets.
All the things that he mentioned, it was interesting that the interviewer picked up on the fact that, okay, great, he's doing all these things to make you special. What did you do, Katie, to make him feel special? She said, I initiated conversation. Right. Oh, yeah, the difficult conversations, I initiated it. He's not very confrontational, but you know what? And when it comes to sex, I initiated it. Right. So, Katie, what did you do that made him feel special? Is that what made him feel special? I don't think that sounds like things you're doing to make him feel special. Do you understand? And again, because she couldn't answer that question appropriately, I thought to myself, yeah, this girl done already checked out a long time ago, and she's self-centered. She's involved with self, because she couldn't even mention what she's actually done for him. She talked about obviously initiate conversation, which is not really for her, for him. It's for both of them, or even for her more than likely. And initiating sex, yeah, that's the accusation she's leveled at him twice now. And I believe this is the first time, or second time even, no, he's actually said, listen, hey, look, I've actually tried to initiate this. Because when she said it, he said, I tried it. The episode where, I think after the cabin, I think he said it as well. During the cabin scene, when they were in the bedroom, she said the same thing, oh, you don't initiate anything. And he said, I tried to initiate with you, and then you block it. Now he said the exact same thing. Who's lying? I believe Katie's lying. Again, because there's a consistency to Derek that we see, and Katie's got the propensity to try and twist something just to make it seem like she's a good person. And obviously when you continue the conversation, you see that Derek is visibly crushed. His eyes are explaining everything, because when they asked him about, obviously, are they married still, He says obviously they ain't married, and you can see that he's really hunched over. Like the whole time I was watching him, his whole body's like really like this, hunched over, like he's not comfortable. This is what he did. You know, that he made sure that he bought her favourite sheets, he organised time in the diary to see her, he made that on a Thursday night, made sure he found her favourite show, like they were eating together, so he set a time with the president, so he brought a change. This is key. Anybody who's really trying to make a change in a relationship should bring about a solution that promotes change. This is as simple as it is. When you don't bring a solution that promotes change, do you really want it to change? That's the key thing. You understand? But Derek saw there's an opportunity here to show us a bit of change and actually to show her that, hey, look, do you know what? I'm still committed to you. All right? And I'm going to change my diary, my schedule so that you can fit in. Do you understand? Boom. All right. Whilst obviously she had made that rant, obviously originally before that, you notice that actually he's beginning to lean away more from Katie. So now he's really slanting away, and that shows again this kind of disparity between the two. The proximity, he doesn't like. I told you, you don't like getting close to people who you don't like. You know what I'm saying? When there's animosity, when there's pain, when there's hurt, when there's dislike, you tend to try and give as much space as you can between that person. You don't like them. It's simple as that. Do you know what I mean? You don't want them in your personal space. Your personal space is for your personal people. And if they're no longer personable, they ain't your peoples. Do you understand? Cool. And then not only to that, you can see that obviously his face, both of them actually as well, become very red-faced. And that's because obviously, like I said, the subject's beginning to heat. It's starting to touch on emotions. It's starting to touch on very sore spots in both of their lives, right? And
broken before. Did this break your heart?
you understand? Like when you see later on when he's talking to her at a reunion with the group, he's far more relaxed. But here he's all hunched up, all close together. He's not really feeling it. And then he has to obviously mention that, you know, Katie had an affair. And look, you know, it's interesting his reaction because, you know, his eyes were choking up. He's gone red. And his reaction to how he felt was that, you know, Katie made it easy for me to not to love her. And the interviewer again picked up on it and said, oh, but you were hurt. Well, you hurt. Well, you hurt. And again, it's because he wants to get him into a place where, hey, don't just think about retaliating or trying to hurt this girl back, you know what I'm saying, out of the pain that you feel. No, just say what you feel. Say what you feel. You know what I mean? Be real with ourselves. How do we feel? If we're feeling down, we're feeling hurt by what you've done, let's express it. That's the only way it's changing. So yeah, Derek let us know that obviously Katie had an affair a week ago. What's interesting is Katie's facial expression. She doesn't look at him, doesn't look at the interviewer, doesn't look at Derek. She just kind of looks where she's looking, right? And almost as if like, I didn't know we were going to bring up this conversation, which makes sense because later on he does say, listen, obviously they were in a dinner table and she said, you know, we weren't going to mention it or whatever, blah, blah. And obviously my man's mentioned it, do you get me? So, yeah, she couldn't look at anybody. I think it's because of the shame as well.
This, Katie kind of confesses to me how she had an affair with her ex about like a week ago.
You know, feeling like, you've done something which you know you shouldn't have done. Do you understand? And then obviously Katie then comes actually clean as to what else happened. She said obviously, you know, I didn't want to keep pretending. Oh, Katie, that's the reason why you moved to another bedroom. You don't want to keep pretending in this relationship. So is that why you then went to go with someone else? I mean, come on. Look, it's fine. You don't want to pretend no more. You don't want to continue doing what you're doing. This is fine. Nobody's saying you can't quit. But what we're saying is you signed signed a 1 year lease on a property, knowing that you weren't happy. Then obviously you went to cheat as well, knowing that you weren't happy. All of these things can be spoken about and let Derek go, but you didn't want to. And I said this in the last. Didn't I say to you in the last review? I said to you, Katie looked like she was about to say some bad news, but his response made her change her mind. I said it to you. Go and watch it. The last review I did. I said it. And I was like, the look on her face doesn't say that somebody who was going to say yes. It looked like she was going to say no and then heard his words and then changed. And now we see why. Because she's guilty. Guilty as motherfucking charged. And then obviously Katie, instead of just admitting and, you know, being humble and saying, listen, do you know what, my guys, I messed up. My bad. I got it wrong. You know, that was my fault there. You know, she could have then apologized and let it go. Instead, no, she decided to be prideful and say, oh, look, you know, she said, obviously, look, it was never building up to love anyway, right? It was never building up to love. And you see her beginning to come red as well. Like, it was never building up to love. Reason being because he just wasn't showing those signs of going towards love, right? She never had those feelings for him. Then it was alleged that obviously Derek had found out that she had slept with her ex previously, before last week that they filmed that show, but previously actually after the honeymoon. That's what he heard from a few of the cast members, and obviously he said other people outside, probably just protect the cast members. But if the cast members are seeing you, you're moving too mad, you're moving too wrecky, you're moving too techie, you can't be trusted. I'm sorry. Like, at the end of the day, how can you have slept with your ex and expect to then come and defend yourself? Like, bruv, just humble yourself and explain, hey guys, look, I got it wrong.
See, I've been in love before, and I've known what it feels like to build up to it, and
This was never.
this was not it.
I got it wrong, and people can then endear themselves to you. But this this pride that you got, that stops you from actually admitting where you went wrong, is a problem. You know, and then obviously when the interviewer asked her, saying obviously, you know, are you still seeing the guy? She pretended as if, what? What are you what-in? Again, classic deflection, and obviously trying to give herself some time to think about the question that's been said and answer it in a most appropriate way that would not incriminate her down the line. Do you understand?
Fine.
Are you still seeing
Seeing who?
the ex?
No.
No.
We didn't like. There was no.
And then she obviously said, look, you know, the guy asked, is it an emotional connection? She said, oh, no, it's a physical connection. You know, it's something that me and Derek were lacking. So you were lacking it, but you didn't explain it to the boy. Like, what do you want to do? Like, blood, what do you want to do? You want to read your mind? You were lacking it, but you didn't tell me. You were lacking it, but didn't come and tell me. What am I supposed to do about it? How do I know? And then obviously at the actual reunion, I felt like when it was addressed, obviously the issue of cheating, what I didn't like is Mika's behavior. Now, I don't want to get on her too tough.
I don't expect them to.
It wasn't me. Let me just put that out there. I didn't.
It wasn't me. And it's like, blood, so you're outing everybody else. Just keep quiet. You could have told her on the side. You could have told her one-to-one. You didn't have to tell her in person. You know what I mean? You could have told her one-to-one. Give everybody a chance. But now you said no. Everyone's going to be looking at everybody else. Watch Derek's posture begin to change. Because now he's got Katie in front of him. And they're going to address the cheating situation. He's got the backing of everybody in the room. So now he becomes relaxed. You see him just like that. You know what I'm saying? So what were you saying? Yeah, you said that obviously, and he's become almost, I don't want to say arrogant, he's almost become very, very confident now because the group are now here and now can testify to it. Do you get me? So then obviously you see him arms spread, he's more relaxed, more confident, and it's because he's got the bird in his snare. You know what I mean? He's got the bird in the snare, he's got the bird in the cage now. I'm not saying that he did something wrong per se, I'm just saying that obviously the excitement behind him, why he decided to, you know, do what he did, tell everybody. And then obviously she wanted to say, obviously, do you think I cheated because, she said, do you think I cheated because, then Katie wanted to say, obviously, do you think I cheated? Is that why you think I left you? And then obviously you had to correct her that, no, I know that's not why you left me, but at the same time, you know, you left because obviously you wanted to leave, and etc, etc. But let's be very frank here, you were cheated. You were cheated because at the end of the day, none of us had sorted it out appropriately in terms of where we're going. And I think this is very, very key. This is why I always say about don't allow yourself to be in a grey area. Always say how you're feeling, what you want, when you need it. Do you know what I mean? Don't allow yourself to be in limbo, wondering whether this is true or not. When you're certain about what you want and you're certain about what you need, then bruv, all these games that people play can't be played in certain fashions. Because now you know yourself and you realise when they come to you like, no, that's not what I want. Sorry. Do you understand? And then obviously Katie then tries to justify herself for her cheating. So now she's gone from almost denying the cheating to now trying to justify her cheating. She says, we didn't have a marriage though, and obviously let's not waste everybody's time. So she'll start to feel the heat, right? But before that, she tried to say that obviously she never told him not to. She never said to him that, look, don't mention the cheating thing on the show. And what she was saying, obviously, they went to dinner and he was like, yeah, we went to dinner, we had this conversation, and she was like, no we didn't, we didn't have a conversation about this. And he was like, yes we did. Like, don't try to play it like dumb. We were there, both having a conversation.
That doesn't make any
it was
sense.
at dinner. What are you talking about?
We didn't even discuss this at dinner.
Yes, we did address. If you don't want to talk about it, that's fine. All right, but don't call me a liar while you're doing
I'm not
it.
calling.
And then obviously when he told her, like, obviously, look, don't say I'm a liar. Like, you know what I mean? Like, don't say I'm a liar. I hate that kind of thing. I don't want to be called a liar. And then she always says, no, I'm not saying you're a liar. I'm just saying you're fake. So Katie, so everything he said before then was the truth. You just called him fake because he wasn't loyal to you. So everything he said is true because you didn't deny any of it. You're saying everything he said was true, but you think he's fake. Make it make sense, Katie. Make it make sense. It don't make sense, right? It don't make sense. I'm glad they're not together, and we thank the gods. You understand? Because it was never going to work. So of course, yes, for once, Michael was right. You know, he didn't feel like they were going to be together. Good, they weren't. Anyway, so guys, just a quick little run through that was. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, click on that bell button for notifications. We appreciate you. Stay locked, stay loaded. Oh, lovely, baby. Think before you do. Don't do before you think. I should be thinking about what you got to do, baby. Appreciate you.